Waiting. Sorry, Gulshan, we were muted, but we're now not
awakened. Muted. Okay, apologies. Just talking about the subtle system that we have here, and my apologies for not facing audience on the camera, because we're sort of catering to our audience live today. So just talking about the mothering energy within us, the Kundalini. And so Sahaja Yoga, or I should say Shri Mataji, Nirmala Devi, the lady in the photograph, allowed this to be awakened within us straight away. It's not new meditation. It's a very ancient form of meditation where people in the past would get a special teacher, then they would go and work on their chakras. And chakras are energy centers placed on our organs within our body. So all those little circular things, the orange one, the yellow, the green, the red, those are the chakras within us, energy centers or energy wheels. We're all born with them, and each one came and established itself within human beings as evolution took place. And at the moment, we are here. This is where humanity is at the moment, on the sixth chakra, which is to do with thinking, planning, worrying. And so in the past, you could go to a special teacher and they would guide you through each chakra at a time and help you clear out if there was an issue on the chakra. And eventually, if you were very lucky, you would get your realization. And there are lots of terms for it, moksha, you know, connecting with the all-pervading power that controls, manages this universe for us, or the love of God, connecting with the special love that manages everyone. So what happens with Sahaja Yoga is, and this is again Shri Mataji's gift to humanity, where she allows us to come. The first day you are here, in the first 15 minutes, you get your realization. It's as easy as that. You go through the realization, you feel the presence of mothering energy on your hands, within yourself. And then when you go home, we teach you how to work on your chakras. And so you sort of become your own master and you manage how to work on them. Another interesting thing is that there are two lines. You see the blue line and the yellow line. Thank you, Lynn. And those sort of, just for you to know, are the two aspects of our personality within us, or human beings. So the left side is to do with feelings, empathy, emotions, our desires, love. And the yellow side is to do with a bit more of action. So it's sort of the two opposites, you know, the sun and the moon, the yin and the yang. And so some of us have a very strong left side, some of us have a very strong right side. And again, there's a weakness within us on those sides as well. So some of us are very good at organizing, very confident, and we are very good at managing all those things in our lives and in our personalities. But when that gets overused and goes out of balance, that's when our personality tends to be quite aggressive. We tend to become quite angry and dominating. And that is the extreme of that personality. And on the other side, the left side, which is the blue side within us, when that goes out of balance, we tend to get quite depressive. So there's a little bit of depression within us, or lethargy, or just feeling really heavy, difficult. Getting on with life is a major chore. So those are the two extremes when they go out of balance. So the idea is to be in balance, where you have to, or we do, love, you care for each other, you feel empathy for people around you, but at the same time, you do have to be active, you do have to be out and about doing things, thinking, organizing. So that happens in the central channel within us. And to help us to be in balance and to manage everything is where a mothering energy, the Kundalini, steps in, where she pulls us away from the extremes and helps us to come into balance and then be there centered and, be, how shall I say, you have to be part of society, you have to be part of the world, but you still have to not get swept by the left side, the depression side, lethargy, or the aggressive right side. And the beauty with this is how you find out where I am or where my chakras are is very easy, because each of those chakras, as you can see on the diagram, are connected to our fingertips. So if there's a problem within us, our fingertips, you feel a little bit of tingling sensation, you feel a bit of heat, and you know, okay, there's a problem and I can work on that. So even before other people find out about it and you go to the doctors, you know yourself what's happening within me, inside me every day, and you can work out how to cleanse yourself as well. And last but not the least, if you notice on the top, on the head, between the 6 and the 7, are those two big semicircles, the balloons. So the one at the front is the yellow one, that's our ego, and the one at the back is the superego. So when each of our sides are overused, the heat from our channels come and sit here. So they sort of cover up the top of our head. And well, you do need the ego to some extent to do certain things, but when it starts to control you, then there's a little bit of a problem. And how to bring that down is, again, the Kundalini helps us with that. So if you're feeling too much heat on your ring finger on the right side, that means this area is heavy or the ego is really playing up. And similarly for the left side, it's at the back. So it's to do with your thoughts of the past or the thoughts of the future. And that's where we sort of tend to struggle a little bit. We're always thinking about the past. We're worrying about the past. It makes us feel guilty, it makes us feel bad, or we worry about the future which hasn't happened, and that's the front. So when the Kundalini rises, she actually sucks down the pressure, relieves us of the pressure from the ego and the superego. And when she comes up, and this is where the magic happens, and that is what you will feel tonight. And again, Shri Mataji has allowed it to happen so easily and effortlessly. When the Kundalini comes through the 6th and the 7th chakra, and as she comes up at the top of her head, this is the fontanelle bone, the fountain. As she comes through, she connects or opens up this chakra for us. And this is where, once a connection is made from here with the cosmic energy or with the love of God that is around us, and you feel that as very gentle, cool breeze on the palms of your hands or on top of your head, or if nothing else, you know it's happening because the Kundalini rises and she allows you to feel a little bit of calmness, a little bit of peace. Your breathing slows down a little bit. And as she comes up and connects us on the top of her head, that's where you feel the connection with the all-pervading power that manages this world. And that is what has been talked a lot in the Eastern countries, as well as in the West too. A lot of people have been searching for this connection to release us from issues that we have, our worries. So this is how it helps us. But that's the theory. So let's put it into practical use now, and you're going to feel it on ourselves. So what we will do is go
we'll
through
just get the camera on down. Can you move the camera to so people online can see what
where to place your hands. Thanks. Thank you, Surendra. So we are going to use our right hand, which is the right side, the hand of action, on the left side of our body. And what we will do is place a hand on various parts, and that really just means you're enlightening that chakra within us and you're awakening that special quality within us. So it's as simple as that, and we'll just go through that. And I would request you to close your eyes, but if you prefer to keep your eyes open, that's okay. You can watch this photo of Shri Mataji here. I choose to take my glasses off because sometimes there's a little bit of a weight here with the glasses. So if you wish to take your glasses off, that would be very useful too. And again, for those online, you can sit wherever you like, as long as you're comfortable. And if you could please take your shoes off, that's important. I noticed everyone here has taken their shoes off. So just close your eyes, hands in our lap, and his palm open facing up. And the reason why we do that is because we're asking for it. So it all depends. It's not something we can hand it to you. This is something that will come to you because you want it and because you're desiring it. So all it requires is earnest desire from your heart. That's all that's needed. So just close your eyes, hands in our lap. And just bring your attention inside. And just watch your breathing. And we are going to use our right hand on the left hand side of our body. So let's place our right hand on the left heart, on the left side. And here we're going to ask ourselves a question. So what we're going to do is address these quietly within ourselves to the mothering energy, Mother Kundalini, or you can address them to Shri Mataji. So here we're going to ask, what is my purpose, Mother Kundalini? Who am I? And what is my purpose? So just taking your hand down under the heart area on the upper part of the rib cage, on the left hand side. And here we ask ourselves, Mother Kundalini, am I my own master? Am I my own teacher? Do I look after myself, or am I swept away by other people's opinions about me? Again, on the left-hand side, just bring your hand down to where the leg meets the body. So just place your hand in the crease between your torso and your leg on the left-hand side. And this is the area of pure knowledge within us. And here, please express your pure desire, your ardent desire from your heart, asking Mother Kundalini to please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. And let's do it one more time. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Bringing your hand up under the heart area where we had placed it earlier. And this is the area of self-mastery within us. And so we are going to affirm a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own master. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am my own teacher. And now we place a hand on our heart on the left-hand side. This is where we had started our journey of questions, wondering who we were and what was our purpose. Our purpose is to get our realization. And here we are going to affirm a few times, Mother Kundalini, or Shri Mataji, by your grace, I am the Spirit. And the Spirit within us is a very innate, gentle, soothing quality of quiet joy. So it is not feeling very elated and then feeling very unhappy the next moment, but it is just a continuous, steady joy. It's not about our thoughts, and we are not our thoughts, and we are not our worries, we are not our fears, our thoughts about the past or the future, but we are the Spirit. So we'll say a few times, Mother Kundalini, I am the Spirit. Mother Kundalini, I am the Spirit. Mother Kundalini, I am the Spirit. And we move our hand to the left-hand side of our neck. And as you do that, just move your head towards your right shoulder. So it allows you to place your hand nicely on the left-hand side of your neck. And here we're going to say a few times, Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, I am not guilty. You know, sometimes in our lives or in our families, we tend to feel guilty about things which we have not caused or not done anything to cause that. But there is generally just a tendency to feel guilty about things, and it's time to let go of that guilt. Because we just said a moment ago we were and we are the Spirit, so we're not going to be guilty about things anymore. So just a few times, Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am not guilty. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I am not guilty. So we bring the hand onto our forehead, and as you do that, place your head into your hand and just lower your head in it. And then you can apply a little bit of pressure with your fingertips and the palm of your hand on the sides of your forehead. This is the area of forgiveness within us. And it is really important to forgive, because the moment we forgive, we pull ourselves away from the harm that we cause ourselves or that others inflict upon us. So here we say a few times, I forgive everyone. I forgive everyone. So please don't think of any particular person or a circumstance, but generally, a few times we just forgive everyone. Mother Kundalini, I forgive. Mother Kundalini, by your grace, I forgive everyone. Now you can place your hand on the back of your head, and as you do that, just tip your head up towards the sky. Eyes are still closed. And here, it's time to forgive ourselves. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me. Please forgive me for my mistakes. And Mother Kundalini, please forgive me for my past. Please forgive me for my negative habits that I may have. Please forgive me. Mother Kundalini, please forgive me. Now for the top of the head, stretch your hand and place the palm of your right hand on top of your head, the soft area on top of a head. And as you do that, as you make contact with the palm of your hand onto your head, try and lift your fingers away from your head. And that is so that it allows good pressure. You can put a little bit of pressure on your scalp. And we are going to now rotate our scalp with a palm on our head in a clockwise direction. So the movement is starting from our left, bring your hand forward, to your right, to your back, your left, forward, right and back. That's the movement. And as we rotate our scalp here, with all your heart, please ask the mothering energy, Mother Kundalini, to please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. And for those of us that have done this meditation earlier, you can ask, Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my self-realization. Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my self-realization. Apply a bit of pressure on your head with your hand. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your hand back onto your lap, palm up. And now just take your attention back to the top of your head where you had your hand a moment ago. So with our attention, we just watch that space on top of our head. So with your attention still on top of your head, just see how you feel on your hands. You may notice a bit of heat coming through on the palm around the fingertips, tingling sensation or heat. And that's okay. That's just as the Kundalini rises, she's clearing out the debris within us. That's a normal process. Or you may feel very gentle, cool breath, like movement on your hands. And also you may notice that on the top of your head. Just take your attention on the top. See if your breathing slowed down a bit. And some of us may notice a very gentle calm descends on us. So if you just open your eyes slowly, and you can hear the sounds around you, you're watching things, but just notice whether your thoughts have stopped. So your mind is silent, and if there's a gap between the thoughts and you're not thinking, that is being in thoughtless awareness, that is being in meditation. So you're aware of your surroundings, but you're not thinking. And that happens when the Kundalini rises. She sucks or pulls away our thoughts from the past and the future, and we get the mental silence. This is what is mental silence, or being in meditation. And also this is us receiving our self-realization and the Kundalini rising. And now Lynn will take us through a little bit more, and I'm sure by the time we finish with the meditation that Lynn takes us through, we will all have a slightly better experience. So
we'll just stay in that meditative feeling. Just wanted to focus a little bit on the Agya chakra. That's the one at the forehead. So there is a philosophical thought, a saying, I think it was Descartes must have said, I think it's the philosopher who said that, I think, therefore I am. Well, we're going to change that now. We're going to rewrite that. I don't think, therefore I am. So we're chasing that moment of non-thinking. And that's when we go through into that lovely 1,000-petaled lotus of our Sahasrara. And those petals are all the powers and lovely experiences we'll continue to have. So just to make that a little bit easier, we can do a balancing. So we'll try to come even more into the present. So if we're thinking, we're either in the past or in the future. So we're not in the present. So when we're in the present, that's when we're not thinking. So let's try to clear the left side a little bit more. And this is a very easy thing we can do every day. So we're just dropping our right hand down towards the earth. And now that we've all got our self-realization, we're connected to the earth and all of the elements of Mother Nature. And Mother Nature helps us. Just have to ask. So we're asking Mother Nature to clear our left side. So we can close our eyes again just to keep our attention inside. So the left hand is open, so we're asking for that clearing. And our right hand's down towards the earth. And we're asking Mother Earth to please absorb or suck away any darkness or any emotions from my past, any habits we might have, so that we can become a more spontaneous person in the present rather than being dominated by things that have happened to us in the past that we keep thinking about. So again, as Gulshan directed us earlier, to take our attention to the top of our head where where we had our hand pressed down on that area on top of our head. And you can be aware of your breathing at the same time. And you might start to notice that left hand cooling down or warming up a bit, depending if it was feeling icy or if it was feeling hot. It comes a bit more into an even temperature. And the flow from the right hand into the earth. Just let it happen and take your attention back up and see what's happening on top of your head. So if those thoughts pop into your head, just ask them to go away. Not now. If we've had a very busy day, we might be feeling very tired, so we'll let all that tiredness be washed away into the earth as well. Let's bring that right hand back up onto our lap, palm open, and let's bend the left hand so the palm is facing behind you. So we're going to try and clear away that right side of thinking, worrying about the future, what we've got to do next. So we're asking Mother Nature to please absorb any heat or overactivity from my thinking mind. Into the atmosphere, into the ether. And again with your attention on top of your head, being aware of your breathing. Just not answering any thoughts. Just enjoy the feeling on top of your head and in your heart. And bringing that hand down. We can try one more thing, which is really nice for the Agya chakra, that sixth chakra, which is, if you can, just focus on the photograph of Shri Mataji with your eyes open, maybe see on the red mark in Shri Mataji's forehead. And there's a very special thing we can say, which was taught to us by Jesus Christ. So there's somebody has come at every stage of our evolution and given us a little something to help us enlighten that particular chakra. And for, of course, the Agya, it's the Lord's Prayer. So many of you know the Lord's Prayer. We'll just say it together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And of course, the affirmation with our hand on our forehead, we can just forgive everyone and everything. I forgive. We can just say that affirmation to ourselves. I forgive. I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. And taking our hand back up onto the Sahasrara, the fontanelle area, pushing down the centre of the palm to that area that was soft when we were a baby, but became hardened with our ego and superego. But now as this sixth centre gets enlightened with our Kundalini, she makes a little path through those two. And now taking the hand up a little, just try to feel that area and the air just above the top of your head. You may feel a bit of a flow, might be warm, might be cool, or just being aware of that area and bring the hand back down into your lap. We'll just hold that feeling on top of our head for a moment. And we'll just feel how that feeling can also be enhanced with music. So I'll just play a little bit of a rag, which is particularly for this chakra at the forehead. So just staying with your eyes closed. Let me share that music. So we'll just slowly open our eyes again. We will continue on with an excerpt of a talk, and we can carry on that meditation. But before we go to that, there's a short form of raising our Kundalini and protecting ourselves with those vibrations that we're now feeling. So we'll go through that for you so you can do that at home. Or also you can repeat it for those who are already at home. So we're using our left and our right hand. The left hand of desire is going up. So we want raising our Kundalini up. And the right hand of action, we give it a little run around. It runs around that hand of desire. So we're raising our Kundalini 3 times because we have 3 channels. That's the way to remember it. And we tie a knot at the top. And that means we really want it to be up there. Second time, watching that left hand, tying 2 knots for the second channel. And for the third, we'll go up to the top, and now we'll tie 3 knots. And just see if you can feel that increase in vibrations every time you do that. And what we're going to do is protect ourselves from any stray thoughts that we don't want to have. So we'll start with our right hand on the left side of our body, and we're just going to polish our whole subtle system with those vibrations. Keep our subtle system nice and shiny and vibrated. And we're doing that 7 times because we have 7 energy centers or chakras. So over and back is once. And it's okay to lose count. We'll do approximately 7 times. I'm sure Gulsum's keeping count, so we'll just follow whatever she does.
And the last one. Looks like Manoj has done this before, have you?
And then you feel even more vibrations. So it's all about the feeling. It's very exciting that we don't have to listen to our thoughts anymore. So I hope you're all excited about that, as I'm always every day. So you can have thoughts about what's happened, and you can have thoughts about what's going to happen, and none of it's real. Because the only real thing is this space between the thoughts. So it's a very exciting thing to watch that gap expand and see what's in store for us, which is a whole new thing, not those thoughts. So as soon as there's a thought, it's the past or the future, so it's not real. So let's hear what Shri Mataji had to say about the Agya Chakra. It's a very nice video excerpt. So I'll just get that on this. It's very small, but we can all huddle up and watch that.
Eric, would you like to come in a bit closer? Manoj, you can come forward if you like, if you're comfortable, that's fine.
I'll make it a bit bigger for everyone. In there.
So we just keep our hands open so that we, as Shri Mataji talks, see how you feel on your hands.
Oops, doing something. Ah, there we are, got the arrow. It's not going anywhere. Watch. There we go. Okay, that's as big as it wants to go.
So here what happens that when the Kundalini rises, when she goes to the Agya Chakra, which represents, as you say, the third eye, whatever you may call it, it is between the optic chiasma, and it looks after the pituitary and the pineal body. And as a result, we have developed 2 institutions called ego and superego. The ego is the one which tells us, I have done it, I am doing this. Both these institutions are sucked in by the enlightenment of this center. And that's how the thing opens out. And all your karmas are sucked in. So there's no problem of karmas. Only human beings think that they are doing karmas. Animals don't. They have no sense of sin or anything. They are completely under the bondage of God. So in Sanskrit they are called as Pashu, means under the bondage. But we are the ones who have got freedom. That's why we think that we have done this and we have done that. We should not do this, we should not do that. But when the Kundalini rises and she awakens the center, then both these things are sucked in. And when they are sucked in, then you do not do any karmas anymore. You just are in a karma. You do everything. I mean, I travel, such a lot, and I have a family, and everything is there. But it's just happening. I'm just seeing it. I'm not doing anything as such. So when you are also awakened, there's no obligation. It's just happening. It is so. Is here where we should understand this center is bestowed upon by the great life of Christ. Christ is there, and they said that he died for our sins, died for our karmas, is a fact. Because when he is awakened, these two institutions are pulled inside, and you get your Kundalini out there. It opens out, and this bone, which has been calcified, opens out, and the Kundalini pierces through. And this is what it is that he died for our sins. But still the theory is extended that we must suffer. Why should we suffer? He has suffered for us already, and is already written by Thomas, who was traveling to India via Egypt, where he wrote the treatise, and he said that why should we suffer? Christ has already suffered for us, and he's talked everything about Sahaja Yoga. He said it is an experience of self-realization and everything. And that book now is out in England. After 48 years, they could decode the whole thing, which was found about 48 years back in Egypt, and is out now, and is beautiful. Gnostics is the name of the book, but is not so much appreciated by some of the people because it challenges the theories of sufferings and confessions and all this nonsense.
There's a few questions now, so that's why there's the gap.
Me or you? You cannot awaken yourself. You see, you have to have one enlightened candle to enlighten another candle. This candle, which is not enlightened, cannot enlighten itself. But there's no obligation. But you can correct. Once it is awakened, you can correct it, you can develop it. First, only few hair-like strands of this energy come up and open the fontanelle bone area. And then this flow of Ru starts flowing on you, and it relaxes more of the centers. So more of these strands start coming up. So you can develop it at your will by understanding it. But you cannot enlighten yourself by yourself.
When she meditates, she has great difficulty in maintaining total awareness. Why is this difficult?
Because it's not Sahaja meditation. All other meditations are artificial. You are in meditation when you are in Sahaja. Unless and until Kundalini is awakened and you are one with the divine power, still thinking all the time. How can you stop thinking? There is one thought that rises and another thought that falls off. Again another thought comes up and it falls off. It goes on like this, and we are dancing on the cusp of these thoughts. In between the thought there's a little space called as Vilamba, is the present. Either we are in the past or in the future. But that is only possible when the Kundalini comes up. Then these thoughts become more lean, and there's a bigger space left, and you remain in thoughtless awareness. And that is how it works out. That's in a meditative mood you are all the time. You don't have to meditate because you are in thoughtless awareness. As soon as you see something extremely beautiful, extremely joy-giving, or a personality who is a realized soul, or anything that's so righteous and good, immediately become thoughtless. Immediately. It happens. You don't have to do it. Don't have to be in meditation, you just become. I've seen these days there are many children who are born, who are realized souls. And just I've seen them sitting before me, just sitting, not moving, nothing, just in meditation. Your pupils dilate and you start feeling the cool breeze in your hand. Even if you meet someone, it happens, if he's a realized soul. It's very interesting. There was a poet in India who was himself a tailor, and he went to see somebody who was a potter. Both were realized souls. And the potter was busy with his clay, you see, trampling it with his feet. When he saw this, tailor saw this potter, he looked at him, went into thoughtless awareness. And he said that, the poetry is so beautiful, he says, I came to see the nirguna, meaning the formless, that is the vibrations, I came to see that. But that is in person here. Such appreciation is not possible unless and until you are a realized soul. We always see the defects of a person. But such a deep appreciation of another personality is only possible when you are a realized soul. And then you are amazed how you are surrounded by such beautiful people.
So just an excerpt, but got the point of that. So I hope you all felt that nice meditative state, all of us together. And also those of you online, I hope you felt the difference having a big crowd here to meditate with. Eric, you had an online meditation and you had the experience of being together here meditating. You mentioned that you felt a difference that when we're all together.
Oh yeah, it's a much more immersed, you're much more immersed in the experience being in the room. Yes, sure.
So getting our real, what's happened? I have to move closer, sorry. So the easy part is getting our realization. That's the easy part. Now the hard part is, so we've got this right side and we've got this left side. We need to use our right side and our left side when we need to. And one of the uses of our right side is to do our to-do list. So we make our to-do list for how to progress our spiritual self. And that is daily meditation, collective meditation, so that's either online or here or both, and also finding your collective, so we're all here together, but then there's the wider collective of people who've been meditating for some time. If you're, whatever country you're in, you can find a local centre to go to that's been established for some time, so then that's also a once a week thing you can do to progress that meditation. So you use your right side to make the to-do list, and then with the left side we just follow whatever we've made a note of to do. So that's the tricky part, is keeping our progress going so that we do become that more, the better self of ourselves. We become our own better person. And then ultimately, of course, the goal is that we also find others to show them how to progress as well, so that we evolve the world to a more spiritual, less fighting and hurting each other world. So that's the goal. Any questions about what we've been doing today, or anything comes to mind, feel free to ask. You don't have to have a question, it means you're thoughtless, that's also fine.
Shall we go through the Kundalini and raising a Kundalini and putting abundance, so that I know Manoj is pretty good at it, but perhaps for Arpana it might be useful.
Yes, yeah, let's do that.
Eric, how are you with raising a Kundalini?
Yeah, it would be helpful to go through it again.
Right. Well, it's not too hard a task.
Yep. If there's no other questions, let's raise our Kundalini and place ourselves in that protective bandhana of vibrations. So the left hand in front, right hand's winding over. So it comes under and goes over. And our attention's on that hand as it goes up, tying a knot, one knot for one channel. And 2 knots. 3 knots for the 3rd channel. And then with the right hand, that's our action hand, we're going to polish our subtle system with those vibrations, protect our newly realised selves. So it's 7 times over and back. Oops, I've done 8. Nice.
And if you don't remember all of that we've talked about today, that is fine, because what you need to remember is how you felt within yourself. And this will evolve over time, so please be patient, be kind to yourself, and with the meditation, just see how it works for you. So don't try and get worried if it's not really working. Spend some time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most, no more. Because if you're sitting for longer and thinking, then you're not really meditating. So quality is important. Couple of minutes, if it works, great. If it doesn't, try it in the evening.
And we have got, so we do post each day a 10-15 minute meditation each day in WhatsApp, in the WhatsApp group, which is the Learn to Meditate WhatsApp group. Some of you are probably already there. And which you're welcome to use or not use. So basically meditation is raising our kundalini, putting on our bandhana and just sitting and finding that thoughtless feeling, and it'll progress as we practice. More and more strands of the kundalini raise up each time.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for joining and for your lovely vibrations tonight. We do have handouts, so you've got everything we did in the handouts which John has got there and he'll give you.
Meanwhile, thank you to all our participants online, on Zoom and on YouTube. If you have any questions, please join us on Zoom or join the WhatsApp group and we can help. Eric, do you have the green?
Yes,
yeah. Okay, right. Okay.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Nice to see you today. Yeah.
So every I'm doing every day with Para.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Every Monday it's here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 6 o'clock. So if you can come,
Welcome to come. Very happy to see you.
Do you have any questions, either of you, or you're okay with?
Okay for now.
Sure, but that's fine.
Yeah, because I'm still learning, trying to get the things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think it explains in that how to raise your kundalini. If you just open it up and have a look,
It's
it
got
takes
the
you
pictures.
through all of that. So that should be fine. Okay, see you, Eric.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining everyone online, and
Bye-bye.
we'll say bye-bye to you online. We'll leave you with a bit of music to finish.
See you next week. That's all right. So you have that.
Hi, Charles. Thanks for joining. We're going to go offline now, but nice to see you there.
It's probably just joined in and
This idea we need to drop the key to the ashram. Belvedere key. So do you want to drop it like a Krishna? Yes.